Good evening and welcome to your Saturday evening sports news here on NBC One. My name is Dominic Mashikele. Here are your headlines for tonight. Kara's Governors Tournament focuses on youth development through sport. Budget sounds good, but it's not enough, says sports analysts. This story is coming up. Welcome back, and leading our news tonight, Kara's Governors Cup officially kicked off last night with 4 zonal teams competing in netball, football and rugby. Speaking to NBC Sports after the opening up this morning, Aleta Fredericks reiterated the importance of the Governors Cup, saying that the main focus of their event is youth development through sport. Our sports reporter Natangwe Jimmy and cameraman Eslon Yaipa spoke to the governor earlier.
While joining me just to give more insight about this particular cup and the importance of this cup is the governor herself of the Karas region, Madam Aleta Fredericks. Thank you so much, Governor, for joining us on NBC TV. Obviously, earlier, in your opening remarks, you spoke about the importance of this cup. Just share with us, what you were saying earlier.
Thank you very much. The Governors Cup is a very, very important platform for young people. As custodians of creating conducive environment for development to take place. I feel very excited and very proud that I'm able to create this platform for the young people. All of us know that our young people are not, all of them are not good in school. There are those that has the talent on the soccer field, netball field, and also in rugby. So we create this platform so that we can be able to scout the best of the best and give them the opportunities to participate in any other tournaments at any other level at any other given time. So that is the main reason. Also to kind of help our young people that are not that good when it comes to academic performance, to find a way in sports so that they can be able to work on their careers.
Also, Honorable Governor, earlier you also spoke about, apart from the fact that you said that this is an opportunity for talent to be scouted here, you've obviously been hosting this particular event, for the past 2 years as the governor of the Karas region. In terms of the talents that you've seen so far, just share with us what you've noticed in the past 2 years that you've been, basically hosting this Governor's Cup for the Karas region.
It's a known fact that people from the south, they can play soccer. That's number one. Nobody can argue that with me, because we also have observed that there are most of those players in our national team, most of them are also coming from the south. So we have the talent, This time around, the Governor's Cup was only for 2 sports codes, which is netball and soccer, but we decided that let's add a rugby also. Let's also try to fit the national team in terms of rugby, because we have the talent in the south. So the 3 sports codes will be netball, soccer and rugby. And also for us to utilize the twinning agreement that we have between the regional council and in the Northern Cape. Our plans is also to take our youth across the Orange River for them to go and participate in the Northern Cape.
We are indeed in Rospina, where the wind is blowing a little bit, but so far the weather is fine. Like the governor said, we will be seeing 4 teams representing various constituencies here in the Karas region competing in soccer, netball and obviously rugby, which was an added sport code in this particular Governor's Cup. We will be here throughout the day, and we will be bringing you more sports news. We'll be speaking to various sports personalities also here. We'll also try to see whether we can speak to some sports coaches and some of the players also, just to hear their views about the importance of this Governor's Cup here. It's back to you guys in studio.
Now, staying with the Governor's Cup, the organizers of the annual Karas Governor's Cup aim to use this event to prepare a team that will compete during the inaugural National Governors Tournament expected to take place in the Omaheke region later this year. Now, as mentioned earlier, 4 zonal teams are currently competing in netball, football and rugby in Rospina.
Kara's Governor Aletta Fredericks thanked the sponsors and those in attendance for their continued support for youth development through sport.
Sports beyond the thrill of competition offer a countless of opportunities for our youth. It is not just about scoring goals, it is about scoring opportunities for a brighter future. Your participation in sports can open up a host of avenues for you. It can create for you employment in future, opening doors for careers as athletes, coaches, administrators, and more.
Russell Titus, the Control Administrative Officer for the Governors Cup, says that sports have the ability not only to unite but also to create sporting ambassadors who will represent the country in future sporting events.
We hope that we are going to be the first region to win the PST National Cup. So we are preparing and selecting the boys for that. So yeah, so we are thinking that really it's an exposure for our kids because these kids actually came from all over the region, Khois, Arwa, Persepa, North-Over, you name it. Everybody is represented within those zones.
And in football news, in today's Debmarine Premier League matches played, Eshoke Chula Chula pulled off a surprise 2-0 win against Blue Waters in Walvis Bay. Elsewhere, UNAM's good away record continued with a 1-0 victory against Okakarara Young Warriors at Grootfontein. Here's more on that.
Eshoke Chula Chula proved to be no fluke when they beat Blue Waters in their own backyard at the Jan Wilkens Stadium in Walvis Bay. Chula Chula were in the thick of things from the onset, with a goal in each half by Marcelino George and Eliakim Jackson, leaving the home team blue and white army of fans in Wonderland. In the capital, Tigers under newly appointed coach Mervin Bakera settled for a goalless draw against struggling and relegation-threatened Orlando Pirates. On the road, the white students of UNAM secured a crucial win over Okakarara Young Warriors, with the only goal of the match coming in the first half. In tomorrow's fixtures, Ongos will be looking to extend their lead at the top of the table.
Meanwhile, Tigers have appointed Mervin Bakera as their new head coach for the remainder of the season. This is after Tigers terminated the services of their head coach James Britz yesterday to pave the way for Bakera's arrival. Bakera, who is a former player and coach of Tigers, started his new job on the bench for Tigers with immediate effect, and his mandate is to make sure the team ends in a respectful position in the league, as well as making an impact in the cup competitions. In other news, on Wednesday, the Ministry of Sport, Youth and National Service was allocated 679.4 million Namibia dollars for the 2024-2025 financial year. Questions are now being raised as to whether the budget is enough for sports regardless of its increase.
Analysts expressed their dissatisfaction with the budget, stating that the budget isn't enough for all 54 sport codes.
The budget had 2.2 billion already invested into sports, and this year there's 649 million being added to that medium and expenditure budget, which is 0.0077% of the total budget of 88 billion. So if you look at it from a percentage way, it's not enough.
Yeah. If you look at the bigger picture, it sounds quite a lot of money, isn't it? And but if you break it down and you look at that, you need to go to the regions. You need to look at which infrastructure or which facilities we need infrastructure for. And I think that when you get to that, look, money is never enough. It can never be enough. But I think we need to applaud that I think it's a 45 point something above 45% increment in the year-to-year budget. So there's thought there. But it's just that where we are at, Jovita, I think we are in a dire situation, and we need to get ourselves to a standard.
The Independence Stadium was allocated 124 million Namibia dollars to get the stadium up to standard as per CAF and FIFA requirements. Sport analyst Hafeni Ndetunga says the money should be used wisely.
Unfortunately, it's the reality of it. We have this money now. We have to work with whatever we have to work with at this point of time. And we just have to try and share properly. And hopefully they have the right experts there that will be able to allocate the money properly and allocate it into the right things and not let us not overspend in certain sports. I know we love football as well, but we're looking at it as sports as a whole. And you know, the main thing is to get obviously our stadium properly back, because that's already a lot of money costing us to play games outside already, which we could have used to for other things allocation wise.
While some analysts feel the money is not enough, some say it's a move in the right direction.
Well, before we go, let's take a look at tonight's headlines again. Qatar's Governors Tournament focuses on youth development through sport. Budget sounds good, but it's not enough, say sports analysts. We've come to the end of tonight's news, but remember, you can like us on Facebook at NBC Sport or Twitter at Sport NBC and be part of the discussion. Also, check out our question of the day and share your valuable comments with us. You can also visit our website or YouTube channel for more information. Don't forget to check out NBC Plus by downloading the app on Android or go to nbcplus.na on iOS and take us with you. From me, Dominic Mashikele, goodbye for now.
Kangwanda